A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channels, the Twin Flame Union and Twin Flame Universe. This particular session will be shared on both the channels. Now, a reason why this is a very important channeling session or an important session overall is because this is going to clear a lot of your anger issues, frustrations towards narcissistic abuse. Especially because you need to forgive a narcissistic mother. You need to forgive anyone who has been a mother figure for you. It could be anyone, grandmother, mother, elder sister, or stepmother, some aunt, teacher maybe. Anyone who holds the feminine template in your life, who has made you feel really hurt, really troubled for many, many years. Now, why is this connected to Divine Masculine template? Is because Divine Masculine also finds it very hard to forgive Divine Feminine. And that's why he goes into the silent mode, or the mode where he's punishing her by ignoring her and avoiding her and neglecting her, doing something similar that she has already gone through. But when she forgives those people, she makes way for the energy of forgiveness at his end also. Also, why he goes through karmic abuse or all the karmic templates and patterns is because he understands, he has to understand by experience that what someone else has done to me or put me through, basically the pain he goes through in the karmic relationship or the false twin relationship, he feels really bad that, this is the real abuse. This is the actual bad relationship or the bad treatment that people do, bad things people do to others. What my feminine did to me was harmless. She didn't even mean it. She didn't really hurt me. His ego gets hurt in such a way. Like, for example, say the feminine said something to him. She shouted at him, or she tried to show him the mirror, tried to tell him that, look, these are the things you need to fix about yourself. These are the things you need to take care of if you really want us to be together. And he takes it to his heart. He feels very bad about it. Why she said this to me? After that, he stops talking to her. And then when they are in separation mode, he gets involved in, say, a karmic relationship, or he is entangled in a karmic template. And then what he goes through, all the torture he goes through, all the trauma he goes through. For example, the karmic sleeps with his best friend. He knows the Divine Feminine would never do something like this. Never, even in a nightmare, even in a dream state, she won't. Why? Because he has that much trust in her. But when this girl, this person, if it's a divine masculine in a female body, then say something similar. When he goes through this type of betrayal, this type of cheating, this type of shock, a soul shock, not only he loses the best friend, who he used to consider as best friend, and the best friend could have also played a huge role in separating him from the Divine Feminine. And these are just examples. Some people go through these. For some of you, I'm just sharing these examples just to make the point clear. So he really feels bad, and then he wants to forgive her. He wants to go back to her. He wants to talk to her. And not only forgive her, but also he feels very sorry. But why this happens in his life, why this changes or why this shifts or why he finds out the truth, is when on the other side, the Divine Feminine, who could be in a man's body, who could be in a woman's body, the energy I mean, when that particular person heals it, forgives all those other people who have abused her in the past. It could be anyone. And obviously the hardest to forgive are the ones who have been the closest to you. It takes many, many years for some time for you to first of all find the truth, come to the conclusion. And then it takes a good amount of time or a lot of pain, which could be manifested as bodily pain, pain that you cannot ignore. So when you cannot ignore that type of pain, then you will do something about it. You will try to find out where is this pain coming from. Right? So before I dive deep into this session, I would like to tell all of you all that for personal readings on your twin flame relationship, which stage you are in, what are the solutions, what's better solution or better things you can do, dream interpretation reading for therapies and for sessions. All these details are mentioned in the description box. Under every video there's a description box and all these details are mentioned over there. And once you are fully sure, then please write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. Some of you also know my other email address, which is chandra.mahendru@gmail.com. And it's my request, please don't share any details about your twin flame journey till I don't ask you for it. Because if I have so many details about your twin flame journey, which I know you really want to share, but there's no point until and unless we don't get into a reading, and we need honest, sincere answers. The best type of reading would be when the reader doesn't know anything and you just go and ask the questions. Then the reader is, in a better position to give you correct answers without being biased or without feeling any emotional thing, Sometimes you send me all the pain and all the bad things, all the sad things you've gone through, but then it will affect the reading. So that's the reason why I'm making this request. For sessions and therapies, obviously it's a different thing, because then we need information. Then we need to dig in deep into your life. We need to find out where is the trauma. Sometimes the trauma could be in a very small thing and you may not even realize it. That how come such a small thing is causing so much havoc in my life for last 20 years or 30 years. But it is actually over there only. So now let's get back to our session. Now, narcissistic personality disorder, and for this I am also referring to Wikipedia, because Wikipedia has it written very aptly, but obviously sometimes you don't know what it means, the explanation is not there. So wherever I feel like, it would be useful for our community, I will explain it. Also, in this twin flame journey, the community plays a very important role. I tell people to read the comments also sometimes. Because in the comments also you see a lot of things happening. In the comment section, many of you pour out your hearts. Why we need to have a community, why we need to have this type of loving community which we have over here. Whether it's Twin Flame Union or whether it's Twin Flame Universe, I have realized that some of very wise divine feminines and masculines are present over there. And when we read each other's life, when we read each other's comments, we feel that we are not alone. Many of us have gone through abuse. Many of us have gone through physical abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse, financial abuse, and sexual abuse. So we are not alone. And if all these people have healed, so many of them have healed many of the templates, that's simply because they have removed it by releasing it, by forgiving those people who have abused them, and they've made peace with the situation. So NPD or megalomania is a personality disorder which is characterized by a long-term pattern of exaggerated feelings of self-importance, an excessive craving for admiration, and struggles with empathy. Now we all know that in the twin flame journey also, the divine feminine is supposed to turn into a super empath. But before she turns into a super empath, she is technically an oversensitive empath. An empath who has developed sympathy with people, with situations, with things. She is, say, healing someone. And while she is healing someone, she will start taking in all the problems and pains of the other people. That's very dangerous, because she starts thinking that it's happening to her. Like there is extreme sensitivity. That type of sensitivity is not healthy. Because if you are going to not be healthy, you are not going to be fine, how will you heal other people? So you need to see it with a rational approach. You need to see that yes, somebody is going through this type of pain and I can relate with them, and that's why I can help them. But I need to be on top of this situation. I cannot be totally into this situation, otherwise I will start sharing the same pain. It might manifest on your body, it might manifest elsewhere, or maybe emotionally you'll feel very hurt, feel very bad. So as a empath, you have to be in those energies where you understand that pain, but you don't become the pain. You have already gone through the pain, isn't it? You have already gone through the pain, you found a solution, you rose up from the situation. And that's the reason why you can give positive energy. At the same time, why we need to become a super empath and not an oversensitive empath is sometimes, knowingly or unknowingly, a lot of oversensitive empaths, they start taking control of the situation. So your supply of energy is not coming from you. Your soul gets energy from source. You and your identity is not the energy provider. So when you're an oversensitive empath, you will get tired very easily. You will get sick easily. In some cases, it may not happen in all situations, but maybe some situation you are an oversensitive empath. Maybe in all other areas you're a super empath. You're really good with it. But some type of topic or subject or trauma you have which makes you feel like you get oversensitive about it. So in the twin flame journey, you gotta heal that also. Like some of you have this situation of black magic, and I have come across this in many readings and even in therapies. Feminines have told me that, I feel that black magic is a cause of the separation in my relationship. The moment this subject comes, maybe black magic or evil spirits or some kind of dark spirits or something, they become very sensitive about it and they start giving it a lot of power. When you become oversensitive about something, you start giving them power. That's also a problem, and this is the reason why we cannot be oversensitive, because sympathy means you will give power to that negative situation or that dark energy, and you'll think that this is above me. It can harm me, it can torture me, it can do something bad to me. And we don't want that, right? We don't want to give power to anyone, because we know that source is the power, and source is the supreme energy, the most powerful energy, and source can heal. Source is loving, kind. There is no attachment with identity, because source doesn't have any identity. There is no fixed identity of the source. So these are all the things that we learn gradually, step by step, in the twin flame journey. Narcissistic abuse is very important, because a lot of people form a very strong kind of anger towards the narcissistic. Even divine feminines, after all the crying and waiting and feeling bad, there is a phase or there is a stage when they get very angry with the divine masculine. They start realizing that, I was just over pampering this person. This is a spoilt brat who has way too many tantrums, is overprivileged. I didn't even do anything mean to this person. I didn't even say anything to this person. I was loyal and I was committed to this person. And yet this person tortured me, said mean things to me, tried to get even with me, tried to take revenge from me, tried to punish me for so long. This person's strategy to punish me was like, oh, she hurt me, so let me punish her by ignoring her, avoiding her, or by dating someone else, I will punish her. So at that point in time, when you're so hurt, even you're not able to forgive the divine masculine for a good amount of time. In some cases, the runner becomes the chaser and the chaser becomes the runner. When the masculine finally comes back, then the feminine is very angry with him. And she goes like, I can't accept this person. This person did wrong to me. That's because certain aspects of the twin flame journey are still not healed. And it's okay. I would tell you that don't worry about these things. Don't worry about separation or fights or anger or whatever it is. Take it like database. If something is triggering you, if something is affecting you, if something is bothering you, somebody or something, whether it is a physical manifestation in the sort of pain, in the type of pain you get, because feminines, this is how they learn. That's why they have to cry a lot. That's why they have to do therapy work. That's why they have to heal themselves in a spiritual way. That's why all those issues, they come manifest in the form of neck pains or back pains or shoulder pains or some other bodily pain, migraines and this and that. But on the other hand, the masculine is supposed to go through it in the matrix reality, like in form of relationship, in form of something very bad, some kind of karmic template, some kind of job, some kind of movement, some kind of separation, loneliness, something which they have done it on their own, something where they took the decision, they made the choice. So later on they cannot blame the feminine for it, that you made me do this. So it is a good thing actually. It's a very good thing when he makes those type of choices. Eventually, after all, you both are a team. You are the same. The masculine and the feminine are not different from each other. You are doing your part of the work and he is doing his part of the work. But eventually it will lead to a successful teamwork. Eventually it will lead to a lot of success and you both will feel this way that yes, what I did was very hard. What he went through is also very hard. So the misunderstandings are just misunderstandings, like this anger you have towards the masculine or the anger that masculine had towards the feminine. Even he got angry with her, right? That's why he left her, or that's why he decided to punish her. He also felt that she did not treat me good. She was not there for me, or she was, because he had his own traumas, he had his own healings to be done, you know. So he had his own way of figuring true love out. And when he runs away, then feminine realizes, oh, this was the person for me. She tries to bring him back. He doesn't come, pacify, this, that, blah, blah, blah. All goes for a waste. Then waiting energies, then anger energies, then releasing energies, then peace. Finally, you have 5D union. After all of this, a complete 5D union. In fact, 5D union is also not something that will happen in one day. It is also a gradual process. It takes time for everything to complete. You know, it's just like how from the cocoon we get a butterfly. From a bud we get a flower. From a small seed we have a tree, and then the tree gives fruits. It's all a process, right? But once the process has taken place, then it happens on its own. Like every season, the fruit tree will give fruits. Every season, the flowers will give flowers. Every season, the seeds will blossom into a plant and the plant will become. It becomes a never-ending process. Once something has happened fully, then there is no stopping it. It will happen on its own. Right? And then that will also gradually die, and then another lesson is learned that eventually we are all souls. And we as human beings on the twin flame journey have to learn this lesson while we are living. That's the reason why we go through dark night of the soul, so that we can die so many times that eventually we realize that this is just the death of an idea or a concept or the identity-based, fear-based reality, fear-based thinking. What is running the show behind the soul? Soul is eternal. So by the time you reach your the physical death of the body, by the time you have practiced enough. And that's the reason why I also say that this journey of twin flame is designed in such a way that this is your last life on planet Earth. So overall, everything is predestined in your life. Everything. All the pain you go through, all the trauma you go through, and all the success you get when you heal yourself. And the type of people you meet on your path, those who support you in the journey, those who give you pain in the journey, your biological family members, your soul family members, your soulmates. Sometimes your soulmates are placed within your biological family also. Sometimes your biological family, there is so much misunderstanding, you know. Like throughout your life, you hate a person. But once that person dies, once that person is gone, you then realize that this person truly loved me so much and I must forgive them. They may have abused me, maybe they were alcoholics or maybe they were physically abusive or whatever. They maybe slapped me a few times or whatever. But maybe they did it for my own good. They were selfless about it because they also loved me so much that it must have caused them a lot of pain to hurt me or to neglect me or to go away from me. Then you also realize that there are certain people who have always looked like your well-wishers, but they were never your well-wishers because they were supposed to manipulate you. They were supposed to be a well-wisher on the face, on the forefront. But in the background, they were never really happy with whatever you were doing, or your personality or your identity used to somehow intimidate them. And then you learn to forgive them also, because obviously people who get intimidated by someone or insecure because of someone, or they like to punish other people, are already suffering. They have such a big ego. The ego will always give pain. Like when Lord Sri Ram killed Ravan in the battle of Ram and Ravan, Lord Sri Ram killed Ravan, who was a demon king, a very powerful, mighty demon king who had many blessings and boons from Lord Shiva. It was impossible to kill him. So Vishnu had to reincarnate as Ram, and Lakshmi had to reincarnate as Sita. And then they had to go through a twin flame journey where they both got separated. They both went through a lot of pain. But then they transformed it or used that type of lifestyle. The curse of separation was combined with the mission work. Ravan was killed, and then later on other things happened also, because not only Ravan had to die, but there is Ravan, or there is ego in all of us. Many people have ego. So a lot of people learned from the story of Ram and Sita from their sacrifice. So when Ram killed Ravan, someone said, "Oh, you have killed him." He said, "I did not kill him. I am not the person who killed him. His ego killed him." That's what ego does. Ego kills. And this is the lesson that both feminine and masculine learn on this journey, in their own style, in their own ways, in their own formats. Now I'm going to continue this channeling session, and I'm going to pause over here, and I'll meet you in part 2. So see you in part 2. One love and peace out.